Did you receive your thing?
Okay, I gotta give you a couple of minutes.
What do you mean, did I target you? No, he said something that I couldn't,
Yellow. Give you a couple of minutes to solve this little riddle, dilemma, problem. We'll do more of that today. I want to know, find all the keys in which you can find this triad.
like naturally that has secret.
Like naturally could find it, or you
No, major, minor, harmonic minor, natural minor. See if you can figure it out.
yeah, it can have air.
Yeah. Okay. Écoute, mes enfants. So think about this. You take all the keys, major keys, all the minor keys, all the natural minor keys, and for each one you write out the triads. Tonic, supertonic, median, okay? Now, 3 days later, after you finally print them all out, then you go through them one by one and find out which key contains that A C sharp key and where. Okay? Now there's a shorter way to do that, obviously, than writing out all the scales. See if you can figure it out. Some of the clues are on page 75. So maybe you want to think and look at page 75 and maybe try to put this little problem, figure out the logic that you can use. Notebook? Oh, disappear? Forgot it.
Okay, go that's major, that's down, that's down, so on major tonic.
Okay, keep it. Miles David Roll, just listen for a second. Okay, keep it down. I want to talk to these guys, and so you just. Yeah. Do you know what the term transpose means? You know what the term transpose means?
Yeah, it's raised.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I can we have to check it with one rule for C sharp. Yeah,
So we know that in majors we have infinite. In majors we have C.
Okay. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. You understand what quiet means, right? So, okay, I'll take up your time afterwards, if that's what you want. Okay, is this urgent?
No, I just have the answer.
Oh, okay. So write them down. We'll get back to it. I just want to do this for these guys here. Transpose. Two different ways of asking this question. It may say, they give you the little 3-note thing there, and they say transpose it up an octave in the same clef. So, in the same clef, treble clef, right? You just take that and move it up Move an octave. Answer would be this. Okay? Understand? Transpose up an octave. Okay? That's one thing they may ask you to do. You obviously sometimes have to change the steps. Okay, so that's there as well. Okay, another version of that, which you may get. They don't use the word transpose, they say rewrite. Rewrite this excerpt at the same pitch in this clef. Alright? So your answer would be, alright, that's exactly the same note. Alright, so rewrite at the same pitch in the bass clef, transpose up an octave. So there's a question there. It's really simple. It's basically copying, as long as you know what they're asking you. Okay? So try that. Okay, let's see. I'm not gonna, you guys are, I'm gonna keep my eye on you guys, so you're gonna get work. Alright, regular work, hopefully. So keep it coming. I leave it up to you to keep, keep working. Okay, so what's so I mentioned page 70, I think it was 75. Yeah, 75. So it's just a question of basically logic. Right? I mean, there are, so for this thing here, how many keys? How many possible keys? Yep. 6. Okay. Do you agree? Okay. Don't forget. I said major, harmonic minor, and natural minor.
I got 7.
Okay. You're closer, I think. Yeah. So I would say there are 8. There are 8. Okay, so what's the logic? So you look on page 75. All right, everybody's looking at page 75. All right, now I'm looking for the major triads. So in the major key, look at the C major. There are 3 places where the major chord appears. It appears as the tonic, subdominant, and the dominant of major. So there's 3. Let's just first pick this. So 1. Okay. So there's three possibilities. Look at the minor. In the minor key. All right. Oh, sorry. The natural. I'll go down to the bottom. Let's do the harmonic because that's more common. So in the harmonic minor, I find a major triad on 5 and 6. Dominant, submedium. You see it? Large Roman numerals. So that's harmonic minor. All right. Then, in the natural form, you find it on 3, 6, and 7. 3, 6, and 7. Okay, everybody following what I'm doing? I'm going to the okay. So that by my count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Okay. So now you know where to look. So you didn't have to write out all the triads in every single major minor key and then go looking for them. Just kind of saves you all that trouble. Okay, so now you go is basically reverse logic if you... So, here's my question. If this A, C sharp, E can be the tonic of a major key, what is the major key? Skill testing question.
A major.
A major. Everybody get it? All right. Okay. If A, C sharp, E appears as the subdominant of a major key, what would that key be? Yes, Victor.
I think it's E major.
E major. Does anyone know or not know how he figured this one out? Okay, so A now becomes do, re, mi, fa, fa. So now you're going to go fa, mi, re, do. In every major scale, that's a perfect fourth down. Or a perfect fifth up. How about that? Well, if you go perfect fifth up, there's your note right there. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay, if it's the dominant, then we're going to go down a perfect fifth. Michael? Yeah, D. Okay? So, that's the only place you're going to find it in any major scale. You can just imagine any other major scale you want and see if it fits, and you'll find that it doesn't. All right. So then you can do this fairly easy. So if it's 5 of D major, it can also be 5 of D harmonic minor, right? Because that's the leading note of D minor. Whew. How about that? Okay. If it's the sub-median, that's the 6th note of your scale. Okay? What scale would it be? So you find your scale, 6th note is A. What's Do? Here.
6th note is A, C major.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. So if this is 6, this is 7, that's 8 right there.
Oh, it's on C sharp.
C sharp harmonic minor. Aha. Which means it can also be, oh no, this is 6, right? Yeah, so it can also be C sharp natural minor. Okay. Let's try this one. If it's the median of the natural minor. So this is the 3rd note of your natural minor. So you got to watch out for it. So this is mi, right? So we're going to go re, and then do is here. But it's a minor scale, so really a minor 3rd down. So yeah, it's some kind of an F. So you got to be careful. It's got to be a minor 3rd. So anybody? Yep.
F sharp?
Yeah, F sharp minor, natural. Okay. And then this guy here, he's a major triad because it's the natural minor. You didn't raise that leading note, right? The leading note is lowered. That means that chord it's not squished. Usually it's a diminished chord because it gets squished. So then you ask yourself, well, if you go like this in this harmonic minor scale, when you go la, ti, do, it's a whole tone. All right. So you want to go up a whole tone from this guy, which would be a B. So that's your. Okay. And you'll notice that C sharp occurs in all these scales. Okay, so you kind of work your way backwards, and so forth, so on and so forth. Okay? That's a question that used to be. You don't have to panic at this moment. You don't put that on in any exams, but I think it just makes you understand the system better. It just makes you think your way through. If you think logically, that's good, because that just suggests that the system is logical, and it is. All right. So that's how I try to get across in theory, why the keys are the way they are and why this works that way and so on. There's a logic behind it. It's not just because it is. You don't have to just believe me. Right? That's how I was taught. And now I think I should have been more enlightened back then. Okay. So that the whole thing is, just to save you trouble, the whole thing is beautifully summarized right in the middle of 76. Okay, so we just did the first one, the major triad. 1, 4, 5, 3, 6, 7, and then 5 and 6. Okie dokie. Let's do minor. Just for practice. All right. Yeah, I'll give you a couple of minutes. I'll give you a minute or so to sort it out. So obviously, the very first thing that you do in this kind of question is what? Maybe it's not obvious. It's so obvious we're not even thinking about it.
Find out what the notes are.
Yeah. And then?
And then we go to page 75.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you know what to look for?
We look at all the minor ones.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a dumb question, right? But it was just to remind you have to know what the triad is, whether it's major, minor, augmented, or diminished first before then you know what to look for. So you might get it this way in clefs, different clefs, right? So you're responsible to basically do everything in alto and tenor clefs. So just just a reminder. Okay, so we said we're not going to go through it. It's a minor triad. Okay, so we look at our handy dandy chart. 2, 3, 6. So it's found in three major keys. 2, 3, 6, 1, 4, 5. Why don't you do it? Okay, 1, 4, 5, and then 1, 4. Okay, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you can find, so there's 8 answers for major triad, there's 8 answers for minor triad. Huh? So these guys are harmonized. Let's just go in order. So if it was the tonic of a harmonic minor or a natural minor, what would that minor be? And what would it be, Charles? Put a D.
Oh, he's so good.
Wow.
Right. All right. Okay. So, now, let's try this. It's supertonic now. So now you ask yourself, how far is it in every minor scale from Do to Re? Because this is Re. You want to find Do. Twinkle. Yeah. Okay. So, if I draw it, if I do all the chords in A major, I'm going to find that on the supertonic. Okay, that's it. If I go 3, okay, now you got to be careful. 3 of major. So it's Do, Re, Mi, Dun, dun, dun. It's not Do, Re, Mi, right? So that third is different. And we're looking for major keys. So you kind of just stay on track what you're doing. So where would we find that? Take it, boy. What? Yeah. Okay, so 3. Alright, so that's what I was saying. If B is the third note of your minor scale, right, it's a minor third from Do. We're looking for Do. So you'd have to go down a minor third from B, which gets you to G sharp, not G. Okay? The other thing that should occur to you, just basic brain work. If you say, that's G major. Okay? Okay, forget that. Forget that thought. Let's do 4. Okay? So now, in every scale, every minor scale, it's a perfect fourth from Do to Fa. So down a perfect fourth from B gets you to the scale that we want. Here it is.
Sharp.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I did the 4. My mistake. Okay, so you can find that as the subdominant of F sharp. Okay, now if you think about this for a moment, you can save yourself a lot of thinking, which is good, right? So if B is the fourth, you want to go down a perfect fourth. Well, that is the same as going up a perfect fifth. And we already know that that's a perfect fifth. So this is the note you're looking for. F sharp. Okay. So, if you begin to understand how you can use all that other knowledge, not just key signatures, but the intervals and how they work, you can make them work to your advantage. All right, so if this is 5, all right, so if this is the fifth note of your scale, See, is my fifth note, that's sol. So I'm gonna go sol, fa, mi, re, do. That's gonna be down a perfect fourth, or sorry, down a perfect fifth. Right? Or you're gonna go up a perfect fourth. Take your fig. Right? So, what's my answer for 5? My answer for 5. Daniel?
Then why did you mess up? Upside down.
Yeah, she answered the question.
Wrong.
Here. No. Come here.
Oh.
So I go down a perfect fifth, right? E for Davide. Davide. Yeah?
In the supersonic and Euclid keys, so they're supposed to be for me. Like there's Euclid A minor is supposed to be A major, and 3 is supposed to be G.
Okay, for some reason I'm not getting what you're saying.
Also for like the left box, it's for the major key, and you wrote minor key. And for the median, it's supposed to be G major, not G sharp minor.
Ah, okay. So G sharp. Okay. So if this is 6 now, now just think about this for a second. If that's 6, 7 is there, 8's right there. You're staring right at it. All right, so it's right there. Okay. Okay, let's try. Now, so let's see if we can come up with keys. Keys in which this guy you will encounter. So first figure out what it is. Major, minor, augmented, diminished. Okay, diminish. Check your chart. Where do I find them? 4 spots. All right. Okay, it's all there. 7 of major. And 2 and 7. Okay. And then finally 7, 2 of natural. Okay. So, either you're going to go down or you're going to go up. If you're trying to figure out what the supertonic is, you know that in every scale, major or minor. Right? If I play you the first two notes, and I say, is that a major scale or a minor scale? There's no way you can tell me until you hear the next note, whether it's a major third or minor third, and you know, right? So it's a major second down. So what you're looking for is this note, go down a major second. Davide, what's a major second down from C?
Major second down from C would be A. Oh, sorry. B.
Major second.
From C. Oh, because that's the bottom not counting.
So go down a major second, you get B flat minor. Okay. Or it would be B flat natural minor. Okay, done. If it's 7, okay, in every major scale, it's do, re, fa, sol, la, ti, do, semitone, ti, di. So up a semitone from C. If it's a harmonic minor, that 7th has been raised, so it's also a semitone. So you have two of the same scales. All right. So up a semitone from that gets you to D flat major. And this one's theoretical. Okay, it could also be 7 of D flat minor, but I'm not sure what the key signature there is. So D flat minor is kind of a theoretical scale, but I guess that could be an answer, even though we don't use D flat minor. It does exist on paper. So technically it's correct. All right. So here's one for you. What? Find me the triad. Find me the triad that only appears once and in the key of G minor. It only appears once. It only appears in the key of G minor. You will not find it in any other key. If you follow the chart, you should be able to figure it out. Is the air not very good back here?
This shirt is so
Some other yeah, it's sometimes there's kind of just a mental block against figuring this out, but it's actually, the more I talk about it, the more complicated it will begin to sound. It's not really. You're just thinking backwards, basically. So the key is the only place. I guess that's the word. The only place that you'll find it. Everyone?
Is it B sharp?
Okay, what do you think?
Is it B flat?
Yeah. Give me the notes. Think of that.
B flat, B sharp.
D, yeah, okay. So if it's the only place, so if it's the only place, and I say G minor, and you know it's that one there. So it's that, that's why, this is why it's augmented, because you raise that F to F sharp. Makes the chord bigger. Huh? So, the only place you'll find that chord would be as 3 as the mediant of G minor. Okay? So these are kind of like little mind games. But you should be able to figure it out. Once you have, it's basically like in math, right? It always seems to me in math that if you know what formula to apply to the problem, you're good. It's just knowing which formula to apply. So, all right. Okay. I'll give you something on Friday to start. So Friday will be kind of like a work period. I'll give you a head start. It'll be a kind of a retro sheet. It'll include, intervals, transposition, the stuff that we've done, just to keep it kind of fresh in your mind. So I'll give you a chance to do that, and then you'll hand it in on Monday. I'll mark it, so it'll count, right? On Friday, you'll also give me your books. I'm not going to take them now because I won't have time to look at them. I'll take some of them on Friday. So page 81 needs to be done. Okay, that's going to be marked, some or all of that. Now in question number 3, okay, just look at question number 3, page 80, because I want you to add something to it. And what I want you to add to it above